Nice to meet you.
So nice to meet you. I'm Bonnie. How are you doing? How are you holding up?
I'm doing great. I'm having a whale of a time. Thanks, Bonnie.
Well, good to hear. I'm glad to hear that. And things are starting to get back to normal a little bit. So, let's hope we continue on that path.
Absolutely.
Yeah, congratulations on the film. I really, really enjoyed it. It's fun because also for the fact that just before COVID, I was in London and I did a day trip out to Brighton. So I had never been there before. Yeah, and had the best fish and chips I think I've ever had in the UK.
I always make a point of having fish and chips when I'm in Brighton.
Yeah, it was delicious. Yeah, I remember it really, really well. And it was great. And it was so, it wasn't a really hot day or anything, but it's just such a lovely little location. It must have been really freeing to shoot there, I would think.
Yeah, because it's so quintessentially English, with the pier and the beach and the fish and chips. Yeah, we were really lucky. The 2 times that we were there, the sun was shining. As I'm sure you've seen in the film, it's absolutely glorious when we're in Brighton. So, every time I go down there, it's always a wonderful experience.
Yeah, I really like it too. Can't wait to get back there. So I want to start a little bit about what was the origins of this? Because it's a great story. And of course, the Paul Weller, infused music and everything. So I wanted to know how you kind of thought about this whole idea to get it down on paper and then make it into a film.
Well, I've been writing for about 20 odd years, and that old adage, what people say, write what you know. When you're writing something and you're passionate about it. I was fortunate enough to meet Paul Weller very briefly after a gig in Cork in Ireland, and the following morning I met him in the airport and I said hello, and I'd flown over, really enjoyed the gig. And literally on the plane on the way back with my wife, I just started to formulate this idea of this boy on a beach who'd come to scatter his dad's ashes. Because I've always been, I've been a mod since I was a teenager, so I've always been involved with that subculture and like the clothes and the music. So Brighton Beach is unique in that it's the only beach I think in the UK that's not a sand beach. It's these big pebbles.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah.
So hence the pebbles on the beach, the Pebble and the Boy, which is a song I was listening to at the time, which really resonated with me. It's about a boy in a relationship with a man and a boy becoming a man, and it's about grief in my mind because my dad passed away when I was 15. Right. So I just started to see this boy. And then I started to work my way back from that image and, how did he get there? Why is he there? Who does he meet along the way? And, what does he ultimately find out about his dad? So I took it back to my hometown of Manchester. So that's where we start the road trip.
Amazing. And and fun. It's so funny. And I don't know if you're on Facebook, but you get those Facebook memories. And today was the day 7 years ago. I was in Manchester. I tell you,
wow.
I know, right? And we're destined to talk today. I tell you,
absolutely. It's weird. Absolutely, yeah.
It popped up. How weird is that? I'm talking to Chris today, and this popped up. I was in Manchester just a few years back. Yeah, it's amazing.
That's strange.
I have to say, then you decide to make it, and you get, I want to know how involved Paul was because of using his music, and was he very hands-on in terms of the songs that you chose, or was it he just kind of left you to it?
Yeah, so I'd love to say he was hands-on and we were best mates and we hang around together now, but Paul is an absolute legend in this country. He's multi-platinum winning award artist, 4 number ones with the Jam. He basically said he was supportive of the project and he would allow us to use the music.
That's amazing. And then that was it. Like he just,
Well, yeah, I was linked in with him via his sister, Nikki Weller.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I've just got to get rid of this call because
no, that's okay. Go ahead.
Somebody's trying to ring me, even though I turned my notifications off. My apologies, Bonnet.
No, it's fine. It's fine. No worries. No worries.
Yeah, Paul, I made a short promo, like a sales promo, 20 minutes long, you know, to try and get interest in the film. And I sent that to Paul, and he watched it and he said he liked it. And he said, yeah, in principle, you can have whatever music you want, which was great because he's the artist, the owner of the music. And then when you're negotiating with the publishers of the music, it made it a lot easier to say that, you know, we're a tiny little micro budget film. There's no film that I know of that's got more than one Paul Weller song in it. So we were absolutely thrilled. And, you know, and people like the film. And if they're not blown away by the story or the characters, undoubtedly they're blown away by the music. So it really works because, you know, you'll know this, Bonnie, music can take a film to so many more levels. And I think that's what Paul's music, you know, does for our film.
Yeah. And then I want to talk about the casting a little bit because everybody is so good. But of course, Patrick, your lead, you know, who plays the lead, as John. So how did you find him? And was it a prerequisite that he had to drive a scooter?
Well, yeah, so we had to get him trained to ride the scooter. And those old Lambrettas, you know, they have a mind of their own, and some days they don't want to work. And poor Patrick, he had his struggles with that, you know, because really temperamental scooter. But he did really well because the role calls for somebody who doesn't know what it's like to ride a scooter. So it sort of worked.
It was really fun to watch him. Yes, sorry, you froze a little bit there. You still there with me?
I'm still there, yeah.
Okay, great. And also what I love seeing Patsy Kensit in this. Like, we haven't seen her in a while. And I understand that when you were writing it, you had her in mind for the role.
Absolutely, yeah. So you guys will know Patsy from, what film was she in? With Mel Gibson.
Yes,
she was in the film.
and of course I'm blanking too, but yes, we know her.
And Danny Glover, yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
With Mel Gibson and Danny Glover. I can't remember what the film was called, but she was a big star over here. She was in a film called Absolute Beginners, which was set in the late 50s, Colin McGuinness novel, which was about jazz and the mod movement. And David Bowie was in that. So that was a big film over here, and it made a big star of Patsy. So the fact that she'd been in a mod film, and actually there was a Paul Weller song in that film as well when he was with the Style Council called Ever Had It Blue. So there was all these little links that were there. And when I was writing the character of Sonia, I thought Patsy might like this character, which is like an older, more mature mod woman, but she's like a mod mum.
Right.
And the character was really cool, but then Patsy was really gracious and came on board and worked with us. But then we changed the characters and made that family that she's part of a little bit more dysfunctional, shall we say?
Just a little. Yeah.
Just a little. But Patsy was great. She went along with it. You know, we've got that Mrs. Robinson moment in the film.
Exactly.
You know. Yeah. And Patsy was great. Yeah. You know, she adds a lot of kudos to the film. People go, "Oh, you've got Patsy Kensit in your film."
Yeah.
I thought it was a low budget film. Well, it is, but you know, we're trying to punch above our weight, definitely.
Yeah, no, it was great to see her. Also, too, you have all these. There's a scene with all the motorcycle riders. Was that difficult to put that all together and get everybody to come on board?
It was nerve-wracking because we did it twice. We did it for the 20-minute promotional film, and about 60, 70 scooterists turned up. And then we said, well, we're doing it again for the feature film. And when we were shooting another scene, and then when you start to hear the scooter engines, the two-stroke scooter engines, you can just hear them coming from streets away.
Wow.
And then you can hear more coming and more. And we ended up with nearly 200 mods and scooterists, all on their pride and joy. A lot of them taking a day off work to be in that scene. Everybody doing it for free. But, you know, a great opening to the film, you know, in a cinematic way.
Yeah, absolutely. What, ultimately, I know, filmmakers have, it doesn't matter if you have so much money or little budget, you made it work. It's a great little film. But ultimately, Chris, what was the biggest challenge for you getting this one off the ground?
It was very little money that we had, but raising that money was really tough. I'm sure it's tough
Everywhere.
everywhere.
Yeah.
But there's not a lot of money about for films, and investors don't look at film as a reasonable way of guaranteeing a return. So
right.
You've got to find people who are like-minded or have the same interests. And I was really lucky in that I reached out via social media and via contacts to find people who like Paul Weller, or who were mods and like music, and just really nice people who just want to help other people out. And we were also very lucky in that our two main sponsors. One is a scooter dealer, Scamada. You'll see that the two newer scooters that are ridden in the film by Nikki and Logan. So they sponsored us, and all the clothes, of which some I'm wearing now, Pretty Green, was sponsored by 80s Casual Classics, who are a big online store in the UK, and they sell all the Adidas, Fila, and that sort of thing. So they came on and sponsored all the clothes.
That's
and
great.
invested in the film as well. So
yeah,
it was tough. It took a good few years to get it all together, and then COVID hit. During the shoot, and we didn't get back as soon as we'd liked to finish the shoot off. Our lead actor Patrick got caught up in Australia, couldn't get home. Lots of things. But we had a lot of love for the film from the mod community. You'll see outside the Paul Weller gig in Brighton, about 100 people turned up, and made it look. Yeah, and the production value goes up because it looks like we've spent, a lot of money on things where we didn't.
Yeah.
We just had a lot of love for the film. And as has been shown since, it was released, I mean, it went to #1 in the iTunes charts in the UK last week. I was just like blown away. I was absolutely thrilled. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Good for you. Now, do you ride yourself?
I have two scooters.
Yeah.
Both of those scooters from the film are now mine. So the Lambretta is mine, and the red and cream Scamadi that Nikki rides is now mine as well, because
very nice.
We didn't have any money. Nobody got paid on this film, so I said, "I'll tell you what, I'll have those scooters." So that was my deal.
Well, that's okay. Hey, listen, whatever works, whatever. So what's next? Are you working on anything now, or do you have something that will be coming out shortly?
Well, with the same producer, Mike Knowles, who I've done 2 films with, we're now quite down the road in the process of raising money for our new film, which is a Britpop film.
Okay.
So set at the height of Britpop in the UK, 1995, because all the films I make are heavily influenced by nostalgia and music.
Right. I love that.
So we're going back to 1995. Thank you for a comedy crime caper. It's like 21 Jump Street, but without the sunshine or the budget. So and our two lead characters, one is a big Oasis fan, and one is a big Blur fan. So we've got that conflict, and we will be featuring that music in our film like we did with the mod music in this one.
Oh, can't wait. That's great. I love Oasis. So that'll be fun. Well, listen, thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it. Like I said, I really did enjoy this film, and I hope I can get back to the UK soon, so maybe next year we'll see.
Well, if you do, yeah, let's hook up, and you might be over here early next year when we're making our film, and you can come down and join us.
I would love to. Maybe you'll throw me in as an extra. That would be fantastic.
Absolutely.
You got a deal. You got a deal, Chris. Thank you so much for your time, and have a great rest of your day.
Thank you for watching the film.
Thank you.
All the best to you. Take care.
Take care. Thanks for your time. Bye-bye.